And the microphone is on. Welcome everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching VolcanoX live stream. Glad to have everyone on board. What do you mean you're buffering? Holy macaroni, you shouldn't be buffering because of my problems. No, Linda should not be buffering because it's good here. Anyway, okay, let's see. I hear you. Thank you for the welcomes, everyone, and do appreciate that. And of course, wow, lots of people in here all of a sudden. Okay. Thanks, Sharon Stewart, that you can hear me. Buffering here too? Well, my bit rate is solid as all get out, so should be all right. If you're buffering, I have no idea. My internet is wonky tonight. Okay. Well, is that wonky donkey here? Maybe it's his fault. And Hermione, if your hubby cut his finger, make sure that you keep it higher than the heart. Okay, get him to hold that finger up, even once you have it bandaged. Keep it higher than his heart. That way it won't leak out so much and a lot less blood loss. Hopefully that'll work, and hopefully you'll be able to get things figured out. Buffering there too. Yeah, my bit rate is still solid, you guys. I don't know why it's buffering. Must be a YouTube thing. And direct pressure and elevation. Yep, that's correct, Lizoid. That is what you need to do. Yeah, keep pressure on it, but obviously if you, you know, it depends on where it is. It's difficult to get in the right spot there sometimes, but yeah, I don't know how bad of a cut it is, but the big thing is keep it up above the heart area, keep it elevated, and ice compression elevation. Yep, that'll work. And anyway, let's get at the show here. So welcome to everyone. Glad to have you all on board. First off, going to say welcome to our moderators, Arizona Snowman and Piggy, you can't see me hiding, and C&D Boy, and possibly 24/7 Live, he's at Skies, Gary, and also possibly have Joseph Fields, and let's see, who else? Lucas Snow hiding in the background there somewhere too, maybe. We'll see what happens. Anyway, glad to have them on board, and welcome moderators. Glad to have you here. I appreciate all of you. And don't forget to bop the thumb and subscribe. That's right, Piggy. And yeah, all cool. How's the throat, Linda? It's really not any better. I did have a tea with honey last night, and at first it was too hot, so I burnt my tongue. So that added injury, but it'll be okay. And I did drink the entire cup of tea with my honey in it, and that'll be okay. And of course, it is what it is. I think what it was probably is when we had all that SO2 here, because that really did kind of burn my throat, and I kind of wondered about that. Anyway, he doesn't think it is as bad, but his blood was all over the carpet and me. Uh-oh. He needs stitches, I think. Okay, Hermione. Well, you get him over to the hospital or to the doctor there and stitch him up. And tell him if he doesn't want to go, that you'll stitch it up yourself. You've got some old rusty needles there that you can use. Anyway, before we get on to other stuff here, first off, what you're seeing on the screen is Mount Etna, and it continues to be on medium to medium high as far as delivering out some fresh lava. And yes, indeed, that is live. That is the lava we are seeing coming from the fissure that opened up at about the 2,800 meter mark. And sometimes it seems to ooze out a little bit more than others, and sometimes they lose a little bit of focus with the camera, so it looks a little strange. But nevertheless, that is what we were looking at. Oh dear, he will let he will what? He will let me do that too. Put cold water in the cup. Okay, I'll think about that next time there, Mars. Cold water in the cup, no worries. Anyway, for right now, what, audio puff? Oh, no audio puffs here. I don't know why it's buffering for you guys, but I'm solid bit rates going out here, and I'm kind of going, makes me wonder what the heck is happening to YouTube. Yeah, we are solid here. Anyway, first person in today was Lizoid. So Lizoid gets the cookies. And congratulations, Lizoid. It hasn't buffered for me. Okay, and that's probably why you got the cookies. Minor buffering here. Okay. Yeah, makes me wonder what the heck is going on over there. What's cookies? Well, only what we do is the first person in gets the lava cookies. Just kind of a little game thing that we play here, and first person in always gets the cookies. As you can see on the screen, Lizoid got them, so that is all good. Anyway, let's say hi to everyone, and we'll start out with Hermione, of course. Welcome, and Fluffy. And then we've got Sharon Stewart is here. Mars 2028 is back. Oli also in the house. Sophie, welcome. King Colin Deadman is here. Lizoid, who got the cookies. Linda Schoof is here. And Henry Nelson on board. And let's see, Sasha made it in. Welcome, Sasha. Sue Hayes is here. Good to see you. Scott Hartman also in the house, and we're going up some more looking for other names that I haven't mentioned yet. Grandma B is back in the house. Good to see you, Grandma B. And going up further here, we got Sharon Stewart, we got Hermione, we got Oli, and who else? Mars, we got... And, there it is, that big long name. Smiley face, it's LOL, Gemma the Super Kitty 2 Kitty Cat. And welcome, Dave and Claire. And going up more here to see who else might have been in, or popped in, or is in. And we know Yvonne Kunkel was here, but she took off. She's doing something frivolous like sleeping. And I don't blame her for doing that. And I'm still scrolling up looking for other names while I'm talking. And so far not seeing anyone. Everybody's chatting a lot though, which is really good to see. And who else we got? We got Scott already. I'm still scrolling up, and that's where Yvonne said goodnight. Okay, we got that. And still scrolling up looking for more wonderful names. And do we find any more up here? Getting closer to the top. So hopefully we'll see another couple or two or three or something. And no, I'm all the way up at the top. If there was anyone beyond that, I do apologize. I don't see it. Sandra Rockland also made it in. Good to have you on board. And Kevin Williams, good to see you. And where'd that wonky? Oh, Santa's donkey. It's not wonky donkey, it's Santa's donkey. Welcome, Trevor. And let's see, did I miss anyone else? OFU Lux from Luxembourg flew in. We've seen you flying by there, OFU Lux. That was a kind of a neat looking ship that you had there. And I hope that you flew it all well, and that you don't get in trouble from the UFO police. And oh my God, there you go again. Are you doing another flyby? How's that vent doing? All right. That's okay. And a pretty cool UFO you got there. Let's see. Why is that UFO still there? Oh, you're inspecting, are you? All right. Anyway, I think that's good for right now with the names. And let's see, that's not a bad idea. No, oh my God, UFO. Yeah, they're always there around every last one of these UFO or volcanoes. They're always taking samples, you guys. They've got something to do with the lava worker union or something. I have no idea. Anyway, so yeah, what we're seeing on screen, of course, is our wonderful Sicily, and it is interesting to see it continue with its activity. Of course, we all want to see Etna be more alive. We want to see the fountains come back out, and I don't know, steady as she goes, though, I guess, for right now. Maybe things will build up a little bit more, and we might see some fountains. Etna is alive. Matt, Jen, Butzler, welcome. And yep, Kevin Haynes also in the house. Welcome, Kevin. And let's see, what else we got going on here? Well, let's go around and we'll see what we can come up with. And again, I want to be careful of my throat here, so I gotta kind of pay attention to it myself here. Hey, look, we got disco lights. The Perlin Center's got a party happening. They got disco lights on. That is awesome. That, of course, is in, where the heck is that? That's Iceland. They're doing things in Iceland. So it's a party time. Anyway, that is pretty awesome looking, and we still see the blue light going around every once in a while here. And, of course, all kinds of disco lights. All my bills are paid for the month, so I have extra. Lizoid, that is very kind of you. Lizoid throws in a $20 super chat. A very, very awesome, Lizoid. And thank you very kindly for the wonderful support, and I do appreciate that. And that is awesome. Thanks. And very kind of you, Lizoid. So thank you. And let's go over, well, let's, I want to see the other camera. Yep, the other camera has the disco lights too. That is pretty awesome, and the beam is a little stronger. So, but that's okay. Let's back that up a little bit. We're going to go back about 9 hours, or a little bit more than that. We'll see. And there it is. There is the city of Reykjavik, and of course you can still see some remnants of snow on the ground, a little bit here and there, not that much. Piggy says hugs to all. Thank you very kindly for that wonderful super chat, Piggy, and thank you for the hugs to all. We all appreciate hugs. We could all use a hug. And OFU Lux UFO. Maybe we are sitting on a UFO. The Perlin Center is secretly a UFO. Don't tell anybody that, though. Let's go back to the other one, and they've got the their what is it? The flux capacitor in there fluxing. That's what the lights are for, isn't it? I don't know. Anyway, thank you, Piggy, for that wonderful super chat, and really do appreciate that. So anyway, that one I'm going to back up about 9 hours as well. We'll take a look at to see what it looks like on the other direction here, and there we go. Nice clear skies on that side, and we see that there is a little bit of snow. Doesn't look like anything new or extra. We do see in the far distance here that they had some snow on those ones, and a little bit more snow down on the area down below, but nothing really accumulated, and just little bits here and there. So all cool. Let's put that back onto a live mode so we can watch the disco lights. And let's go over to our next one, and of course that is looking at Katla, and we want to go back about let's see, about 9 hours. Oh, look at that. Isn't that a pretty view, you guys? Piggy throws another super chat in there for £2, and it says, it's nearly a Christmas, ho ho ho, LOL, blah humbug, or bah humbug, and LOL. Thank you, Piggy, and that is awesome. I'm going to write that down too, and thank you very kindly. Nearly Christmas is cool. Anyway, that is, yeah, we can't see Katla in the background here, but that sure is looking pretty frosty, if you ask me, from what we've seen before. And definitely some Mars-scape, possibly. Definitely looks different. It looks very, very cold. And I don't know about that. We need something a little warmer when we talk about planetesimals and things like that, like Mars. Well, let's not use Mars. Let's use Io. And you know who Io is, don't you? That is one of Jupiter's moons. Thistle on the recharge. Thistle on the recharger? Uh-oh. That'll be good. By the way, Sophie, if you need to bring up Reykjavik weather, you can do it by going exclamation WR. And that will bring it up as well. You don't have to type the whole thing out. That is a shortcut we put in there. So WR, exclamation WR, that'll work. Anyway, looks pretty awesome there. I wanted to see if we can go back and see if it was clear at all earlier than this. And no, that's all kind of snowy back there. And we don't get to see Katla at all today. And even when we move back forward here, it looks like there's more snow coming down on Katla. So that is what we've got going on there. We're going to put that one back on live. Let's go over. Oh, hang on. Before we go to the rumble charts here, I want to show you something a little different. And here, now you see all these spots. This, of course, was the NASA Juno spacecraft snapped an infrared image of the moon going around Jupiter, and that is Io, the moon Io, and that is in infrared. And that means that all these little spots you see are hot. And you see plumes coming off of some of them. And lo and behold, these are volcanoes. And now there is some noise in the picture, so there's a few extra spots, these smaller ones that shouldn't be there. But looking at what we are seeing, this is pretty darn neat to be able to see lava and volcanoes on the moon Io, and that is there. So now the question comes, who wants to be a volunteer and go there as a volcanologist and check it out? That could be pretty cool. Yep, planetary bacon. Moon bacon. It's moon bacon. And Mars 2028's putting up his hand saying he wants to go there. The lava on Io has a lot more sulfur than lava on Earth, Dr. Fox. How do you know that, Mars 2028? Were you there? I know. With the chemical analysis, that's right. I'm just kidding about you being there. You're going to Mars in 2028, so it's all good. Anyway, yep, moon bacon, and Ken Wilson says sign me up. That is all cool. Oh, if Ulux has a UFO easy trip, yep. Star Trek scanners, yep, we can do that. There we go. And use that tricorder. You'll be able to get that from here. Anyway, looks pretty cool, you guys. I just figured I'd throw that one in. Anyway, we'll put our disco lights back on here for a second, and then we will head back over to take a look at our harmonic tremor charts. And there is our Eruption, and of course that is with the chart working again, and I'm so pleased it's working. I'm going to refresh, and we'll see if we what we've got here. So, yep, looks like an uptick and a downtick, and that seems to be, I think, something that was happening in the whole area rather than just locally there in Eruption, and that is what I'm seeing there. So looks like a bunch of small activity going on as well. Let's take a look at the Grindavik chart and see how that one compares. And there is Grindavik, and again we see this lunchtime activity here, or noontime, or during the day. I'm wondering if they are doing some construction near the sensor. And it seems to be every noon that this thing is happening. So possibly some construction around there making rattling noises. I have no idea. It's just we find that a little odd that around the same time every day that we have these increases. And I'm betting that there's maybe a backhoe or something working in the area, clearing big rocks and boulders and stuff, and those things will make a lot of noise if it's too close to the sensor. So pretty cool. Anyway, that looks awesome. Let's take a look at the other side of that, which will be Kristuvik. Kristuvik, where are you? You got to be here somewhere. And there it is, Kristuvik. And of course, yep, we can see an uptick during the middle of the day and then back down. And things are not harmonious here. They are going up and down at different rates according to this. So I'm not quite sure why we're seeing peaking on these two and nothing on this one, it heading down. A little odd, but interesting. We'll keep an eye on things. Anyway, I'm going to slide back up. There was one other one that we wanted to look at, and that was Grimsey, which is up on the northernmost areas of our wonderful Iceland. And there's the Grimsey chart. Yesterday it went up quite a ways, it got kind of wonky, like there was some movement or something, and then headed back down and on a decline. So, yep, it is a kind of weird. We'll see what happens. I don't know. This kind of makes you wonder what the heck happened yesterday. We didn't really notice anything major there. Let's have a look at the earthquake map, and we'll go through that fairly quick. Just gotta find where it is. I had to restart my computer today, so everything's all over the place. It's like learning where it is again. Anyway, we'll start out here in the Reykjanes Peninsula. For those who are not familiar with it, the capital city of Reykjavik is right here. And we slide over. We can see the Keflavik Airport, Keflavik, Reykjanesbær, Jarðvík, and down here is Grindavik, and of course the Blue Lagoon is right in here, and the power plant right there. So pretty awesome to see, and let's check out some quakes here. This one is a 0.4, 1.1 clicks down 6:09 a.m. 0.62, 6.4 kilometers down, also at 6:09. This one is at 2:26. It's a 0.4, 5.6 kilometers down, and the one closest to our Frægðarfjall, which is right in here, is a 0.36, and that was from 6:17 a.m. and 4.7 kilometers down for him. And just so you know, that's where Ragnar lives, and of course the Siggy Fisher right in here. So, and if you're looking at this line, this kind of sort of depicts our Frægðarfjall area by itself. So it is its own little area, its own little eruption zone, and hopefully we'll see something happen there in the future. Anyway, looking over here, this is Kristuvik, and there is a 0.55, 3.6 kilometers down, 6:06 a.m. For that guy. Sliding out a little bit more to the east, we see a 0.54, 5.8 kilometers down, and that is at 8:15 a.m. This 0.73, 7.8 kilometers down, and that's from 3:32 this morning. And then we'll grab this 1.6 a little further north, and that is from 22:13, 1.6 in magnitude, 5.2 kilometers down. Then the one down here in the water, 1.1 in magnitude, 12.4 kilometers down, and that is 17:38 for a time. Now looking at what we see at Katla, there's Katla there. There's the caldera outline of Katla, and we've got some quakes in the area. 1934, we had a 1.5, 5.2 kilometers down. At 1645, a 2.1 in magnitude, 2 kilometers down. Then a very small one here, 0.12, 9.8 kilometers down from 554. And then a 1.3, 3.3 kilometers down from 2120 today. So that is it for Katla. Didn't blow up, didn't go away on us. Sliding over, we don't see anything at Grimsvatn and nothing over at Bardabunga. And we do see this one here at 28 minutes after midnight, 1.1, 12.5 kilometers down. We have a 1.2 in magnitude at Asja, and that is 6 kilometers down. 20:09 is the time on that. Then this one here, a little closer to Herðubræ. Anyway, from 20:45, magnitude 1 and 5.4 kilometers down. And notice how I said Herðubræ. I'm hoping I got that right. A little better than before, but anyway, we'll see. 17:17 a.m. we had a 7.1 kilometers down. Thank you for the warning, Piggy. Got it. Then we've got a 0.75, 1.1 clicks down from 20 minutes after 1 p.m. This one is from 24 minutes after 2 p.m. from 124, 5.121. 1.21. Let's try that again. And 5.4 kilometers down for him. And then the other one just underneath it or beside it, 0.32, 4.8 kilometers down, 14:26 is the time on that. And then we've got a 1 over here, 9.1 clicks down, 23:17. And then a 1.3 from 14.8 kilometers down, 8:32 a.m. 0.7 here, 8 kilometers down, and 17:32 is the time on it. 8:45 a.m. we had a magnitude 1.01, 10.6 kilometers down. This one here from 5:38 a.m. That is 1.36. 10 clicks down, and then we've got a little swarm over here, which we probably won't go through all of them, just to look at a couple. 1.9 kilometers down, a 1 from 22:21. The other one right beside it, also a 1.1 kilometer down for a 1.1 in magnitude. 21, it should be 21, not 21, don't you think? Anyway, 21:25. This 1.2, 6.3 kilometers down, 18:12 is the time on that. And before we get too much further on the other ones, I just want to point out this stuff over here. And I'm kind of confused with what we've got going on here. We've got a whole swarm. And some of these make you wonder. That one is 10 kilometers down, 2.98. From 16 minutes after 7 a.m. This one, 4:29 a.m., 2.28, 10 clicks down. Then we've got this one, 2.44, 3.1 kilometers down. 13:51 was the time on that. Let's grab this guy here, 3:50. Hang on, 13:52 is the time on that. And that is a 2.5. So kind of makes you wonder. We've got stuff happening over there which is kind of interesting, and I don't know. I didn't think there was a volcano out there. Maybe there's a submerged one. We'll see what happens. We'll take a look a little bit more when we come back from the break. But I am going to take that break, you guys. So please, for those good people who are here, if you have not yet hit that like button, please do consider hitting it. That would be really awesome. Also, if you're new and sitting on the outsides looking in, you want to chat with the good friendly people here, it only takes 1 minute to subscribe, and then 1 minute to make it happen. Anyway, on that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I'm going to take a 5 or 6 minute break. Let my throat calm down a little bit, and we'll see what we can do after when we come back. In the meantime, I'm going to put you back on that lava, the fresh lava from Mount Etna. We always like fresh lava. It's always nice to have fresh lava, and we'll get rid of that extra banner on top. So that is from the 2,800 meter mark on Mount Etna. And it is flowing out there. That's that new fissure, so all cool. Anyway, oh, Anthony popped in. Welcome. Anyway, I'm going to go for that break. Keep smiling. I'll be back. And the microphone is back on. Welcome back, everyone. What do you mean, pink elephant? What the heck is going on here? And C&D boy, I'm not messing with nobody. Thank you for the welcome backs from Mars 2028 and Sue Hayes. And I hear you, just to hum it. Oh, okay. I was going to blame the Sasquatch next. Okay, well, thanks, Sasha and Scott and all good. Anyway, yep, so our lava continues to flow there, a little slightly out of focus, but it is what it is. We accept what they've got. Pink elephants on parade. Yep, we got some of those, apparently, from what people are telling me. I know there was UFOs there just shortly, a little while before that, and Henry suggested that may have been in that UFO, but you never know what is possible out there. Is it possible that we have a race of pink elephants flying around the solar system or universe or galaxy or whatever you want to call it? Yeah, the galaxy, and that'll be pretty cool. A Dumbo, or song from Dumbo. Yeah, we'll have to see if we can get that incorporated in there. I don't know if these alien elephants do that. Anyway, let's pop back over to the wonderful quakes that we were looking at. There we go. So some of these are very interesting. I was just trying to determine some more depths to see what was going on here. This one, 2.36 from 6:46 a.m., 10 kilometers down. And we did look at a few of these, but there's a couple more in here. Fairly shallow on some of them. 3.1 clicks down. This 2.44 from 1351. This 2.3, 5.3 kilometers down, 9:12 a.m. 2.5, 1.1 kilometers down, 1351. What's the other one beside that? 2.5, 1351. We got that. Oh, there's two of them there like that. One is from 2108. The other one is from 1351. So pretty cool. And what's the one underneath there? That is 2.4, 1.1 kilometers down from 7:16 a.m. So all over the place as far as time is concerned. The biggest one out of the group is this 2.85, I believe. Or no, hang on, it's a 2.89. Anyway, 2.85 came in at 5:23 a.m., 10 kilometers down. The 2.89 came in at 7:16, and that is 10 kilometers down as well. Makes you wonder what is actually going on there, and do we have something, with these different levels of elevation in there, and they're all in the 2 range pretty much. Makes you wonder what is really happening underneath there. Do we have something cracking? Do we have something possibly getting ready to erupt? But they are different elevations in the ground, so makes you wonder. It really does. So Romulan ale. You guys been drinking? No, Linda. Well, first off, I can't drink, so if it's got alcohol in it, that's not good. Why, yes, this ale is a Romulan. Henry is doing the drinking for me tonight. He can have that, and he can have all my coupons there for the drinks. No worries. Anyway, a couple more over here. 1628, 1.6, 6.1 kilometers down, and 1.8, 6 kilometers down, 2034 for that guy. The 1.3 way up here, 4.5 kilometers down, and that was 1730 or 43. So kind of throws that in for a loop anyway for those people not familiar with the area. That is the island of Grimsey. So when we talk about it, you'll understand that is the northernmost point there for Iceland, I think. I don't know if, yeah, it looks like it's a little further north than over here at the peninsula. But all cool. Anyway, that is what we're seeing there for earthquakes today. Kind of weird, and makes a guy wonder what we've got going on. Anyway, let's pop over to our next place, and of course that is going down that mid-Atlantic ridge, and that is down to the Azores, and we are on the island of São Jorge. São Jorge, of course, being one of the islands there where one of the volcanoes, potential volcanoes, is. There's the one of the town sites on that island, and of course the very brightly lit harbor. You do see some lights off in the distance here. That is Pico Island, and that has Pico Volcano, which is not one of the ones that could go. Let's go over and take a look at the cove shot. This is the cove we always look at, a little kind of indent here in the island, and we check for white water, and we can see a lot of it tonight. So the ocean is pretty rough for small vessels, and definitely see that white water splashing up there, and very noticeable. So make sure you take out your big boat, and you want to have that super yacht going. So all cool. And if you get seasick, just have some of that Romulan ale. You'll be fine in no time. And let's make that a little bit bigger, and we will take a look at how many quakes we see there today. And this is strictly for the island of São Jorge, or if you want to pronounce it in Portuguese, São Jorge. And there you go, 1.8 is the magnitude, 7:18 a.m. for that one. The next one is a 1.9 from 1926, and those are both in that same general area right there. And this map, of course, is strictly for the ones on São Jorge. The other volcano that we always look at is, well, that's in question or put as a yellow condition. There is this one over here, and that's Terceira. And it is doing its thing, and it likes doing its thing. And there you can see Pico Island, Fayal Island, Terceira, and of course São Jorge. And let's go to the other map. I'm going to refresh that again, just to make sure that we have things up to date. And we will take a look at what we've got on this map, making it slightly larger so we can see. And looks like, yep, only the 2 quakes in the area, and they are both on São Jorge. So that is what we see 5 hours ago, 1.9. 17 hours ago, 1.8. So that's all cool. There you can see Pico Volcano there on Pico Island, and of course then over here is Tercel Volcano, and actually you can see Fayal Island right there. There's another volcano there, and a small one. Just wanted to zoom in on that. You see this whole chain here. And I thought that was kind of neat just to see those, and that one is actually washed away for the most part. But that was right there at the edge of Fayal Island. Pretty cool stuff. Anyway, we'll leave that one be. Let's go over to our next ones. What was this? Oh, that was that. Okay, never mind. And we'll go over here, and this, of course, is a Fuego, and Fuego is doing its thing. Let's see if I can get the right screen and increase that quality a little bit again, a little bit, We'll see. There we go. Anyway, that is from 1848. It looks quiet right there. And if we go back a little bit, it was in the daylight hours. We see a couple of pops and puffs, but nothing too dramatic. This one here at 5:04 p.m. and that did spill out a fair amount of ash and stuff, but nothing really super major, and it did kind of quit after a little while here. I'm advancing it 10 seconds at a time now, just to kind of give you a little bit of a heads up on it, otherwise it takes too long. But it kept on doing that, so several stages of that eruption, as we can see, and there it is billowing out a little bit more, and that was pretty awesome. But again, it went quiet after a little while, so it is getting larger puffs every time we kind of watch them. It seems to be that they're getting some bigger shots out of there. So the interesting part is we're going to see what happens in the future with that one. I'm hoping that we're going to see a really big lava flow come out of there. Would be so nice. Going to this one here. This is another one of those puffy eruptions, and there you can see it as it came out 11:29 a.m. and that was pretty cool, and it dissipated fairly quickly thereafter. 11:32 was already pretty much done. Sliding back a little bit more in time, we do know there were a couple more in there, and again some that were not so serious. Let's see, where's this one? This one was a little bit more robust than the other ones, but let's take a look there. There you can see it popping out, and again, it's, seems to have 2 or 3 bursts when it comes out. It's still nowhere near as fast as what Fuego is when it is throwing material out, but at least we're seeing more happening from it, which is really kind of cool. And the bigger one was this morning, and that was this guy here from 7:46 a.m. And if we go on, and we can actually advance 10 seconds at a time. That thing is a little slow. You see, it did get a little bit bursty there with its wonderful ash flow and plumes, and then it basically died out. It doesn't continue on for the most part. That one actually looked like it had like about 3 different puffs coming out of it, which was kind of neat. And yeah, that's about it. So it doesn't take long for it to get through that kind of thing. And let's see, golden moments in the when it was first doing its thing. So this is 7:13 a.m.ish. And didn't look too bad. Otherwise, we are back in the nighttime mode, and that here 6:18. We did see one pluming up there. Looks very black. So yeah, all in all, I don't know. I think I might have counted about 7 reasonable eruptions out of it today, and maybe we'll see more in the future. And backing up to about 13 hours ago, 5:38 a.m. There's another little one here where it was just mostly off-gassing for the most part, but we do see it. It looks cool. And Full Circle Florida is here. Welcome. Glad to have you on board. And yes, this is Popocatépetl, and that is about 70 kilometers south of Mexico City. We'll put that one back on live. Hey, look, a UFO. Darn it, right into the volcano. We always miss the good stuff. The UFO went right into the caldera. It was one of those little Tic Tacs. Darn thing. Alright, well, okay. I guess UFOs happen. OFU Lux, are you flying around there? Anyway, I moved over here and taking a look at Fuego down in Guatemala. It had a few little puffs as well, and during the evening hours here. Actually, let's see if we back that up. If you watch right there, you could see the lava just a little bit there lighting up, which is pretty cool, but it is kind of silhouetted, and that is pretty cool. No, you want to type in home, and then you get that statement there, Scott. So just type home. There you can see that lava moving down the hill. A little hard to see, but you can see it. It is pretty cool. And little bits off-gassing and falling down. And tephra coming out. Yeah, that's the one, Henry. And then it'll happen. Anyway, that looks pretty awesome, the black and white view. But when we get back a little further, we did have a very gorgeous sunset. And of course, that is thank you to Mauna Loa for messing up the sky so nicely so we can get these awesome orangey, reddish sunsets. And that is pretty cool. I like that. Now, if only the volcano would have erupted right when that happened, right? Would have been good, but it did erupt a little bit earlier than that, just right about there. Was another one of those straight shots out of it. And of course you can tell it's not windy there today because the plume is going just about straight up until it gets to a certain height, and then it starts to bend over. And let's see, if we go back a little bit more, we see a few more of those. This is another one. In this shot, we can see that there is a lot more material dropping down the side of the mountain again. And Fuego, of course, being down in Guatemala, it is the second largest, I think, and the second largest mountain slash volcano there in Guatemala. That's the word I'm looking for. Guatemala. I was going to say gorillas. My God, how that'd be embarrassing. Anyway, that'll be next. Sasquatches, gorillas. What else do we want? About an hour before that, roughly, we had kind of the same thing. So it continues to throw material out, and that is pretty cool. And of course, this one is one that you do want to keep an eye on for seeing some volcanic lightning. Even though it doesn't have as high of a moisture content in it, it's the speed at which the material comes out at. And of course, any of those collisions, as you have pieces of tephra smacking together. Yeah, the Guatemala gorilla. He likes lightning. Yeah, when you have these things smacking together, of course, they cause a static buildup and ionization of the material. And once it's charged up enough, we end up getting a big spark. Anyway, we see those. There's a few more of those during the course of the day. Unfortunately, they did restart the stream earlier, about 8 hours ago, 8 hours and 20 minutes ago. So we don't get to see what was there earlier. Anyway, we'll leave this guy be. Let's go over to our next volcano, and that one is one we aren't seeing so well, but earlier it was giving off some gas. Didn't see too much from it though. And this is San Miguel, and that is in where the heck is it? El Salvador. That's it. I had to think of the bulls in Toro, El Salvador. But that looks pretty awesome. And there it is a little earlier. If we go back, we do know that it was off gassing. I'm just trying to find a decent shot where we can actually see that. And some of that gas was coming out of the crater itself. So definitely not an inactive volcano. And that is from the volcano, you guys, that plume coming up there. And that looks pretty cool. And there's a good shot from this morning at 9:34. Thank you, Linda and Kevin. I got that. We see it. And I was hoping to see a spot where we can actually see a glow in there, but unfortunately, even going back to the 12-hour mark, we don't see that. Tom Dice throws in a super chat for $19.99. Hang on, Tom, let me get that written down. And thank you very kindly, Tom, for that $19.99. And it says, Dr. Fox, I came across some dollars today. We'll share with you Pepper. Pepper. Thank you very kindly, Pepper. I do appreciate that. We did see the stuff at the bank. Your shot of being at the bank earlier. We'll maybe have to show you guys that. We got a close-up shot. Well, it's Pepper was taking out some bones, I guess, withdrawing some bones for the weekend or something. Thank you very kindly, Pepper and Tom. You guys are awesome, and appreciate that support. Okay, let's just pop on the other ones. We'll leave this guy be. And we'll take a look. There is Momotombo really quickly. And there's what it looks like right now in the dark. Of course, here is Messiah. Momotombo and Messiah are both in Nicaragua. That is the deepest pit I've ever seen. You can't see the lava down there right now, but let's refresh it, see if it'll show up. There it is, and the nighttime shot, you can see the lava in the caldera. Don't fall in there. We won't be able to get you out. Two other quick things there. This one, Villarrica in central Chile is what this guy is. And they continue to see vivid glowing summit area and incandescence scoria at Villarrica, a volcano, on December 13th is what this was from. So that's pretty cool, pretty awesome. And there's some other weird stuff. That's Greece. Let's not worry about that. All right, let's close that one off. So Villarrica and Chile doing its thing, and of course, here's the other one at Cotopaxi. They did a flyby, and this is what they were seeing: a very nice lenticular cloud hanging over top of it. And of course off-gassing some pretty heavy-duty stuff there. So, and of course they're pointing at the glaciers here. I'm not sure why, if that glacier is moving a little bit or what, but that looks pretty awesome. That is a 19,000 foot tall volcano. It's 19,000 or 5,911 meters. So you definitely need a pressurized aircraft to fly over top of it and even see it. Anyway, we'll put this back on Popocatépetl, and we will look for the... Oh, we seen that one. Oh, it's buffering. That's okay. Let's put you back on some lava in Sicily. I'm going to go take that break. I need to do that. There it is. That is from Fisher at the 2,800 meter mark on the side of Mount Etna in Sicily. And for those good people who are here, if you have not yet hit that like button, please help us out. And also, if you're sitting on the sidelines and just watching the show, please, if you feel that we have earned your subscription, hit that button, and don't forget to hit the bell notification. On that note, I'm your host, DrFox2000. I'm going to take a 5 or 6 minute break, and when we get back, we will show you some bacon seeds. And always like bacon seeds. Anyway, here comes some music to pass the time, and I'll be back. Thanks. And the microphone is back on. Welcome back, everyone. I'm glad to have you on board. I see Kananaska's country made it in, and thank you for the welcome backs from Scott Hartman and Sue and Hermione and Grenzed. Good to see you, and welcome, and thank you for the welcome back. And Henry Nelson, you finally figured it out, why we have Stein lids. That is awesome. That's because there's a big hole in the top, and that'll help you. Anyway, thanks Sasha there as well, and Kananaska's country. And of course you can hear me. Okay. Oh, that's not so bad on the throat. And thanks, Kevin Haynes. And by the way, thank you for that wonderful gift membership there. I don't think anybody got it, though. And for those who are gifting the memberships, you will likely be refunded for the ones that didn't go out. So I don't know how exactly they do that from YouTube, but I know in the past when I've done that, we didn't... if it didn't go out, it got credited back to me, so that was pretty cool. But I'd rather see it go to someone. So, anyway, let's see. What did we have on the agenda next? Let's see. I'm trying to figure that out. Hang on. There's a hint on the screen. Bacon. Bacon. What makes bacon? Where do you get bacon from? You get bacon from bacon seeds, and that was the last one from yesterday. And let's see what Piggy sent us today, and I'm sure she's got some nice ones lined up. I think these are cute little ones. Yes, they are very cute little bacon seeds. These are the Dalmatian kind, and I'd like to see a picture of 101 Dalmatian piglets. That would be pretty awesome. Mini spots, yep, you for sure, little guys. Definitely small little bacon seeds. Twosomes, yep. And look, this one's giving the other one a big smooch. And they're both smirking. And I guess it was... it's either that or he's photobombing it or something, and that is pretty cool. And I am not sure what the one on the right hand side is doing, and it looks like his ears are out, but his head is buried and might be in somewhere. That would be Photoshop for for 100. I don't know if that's Photoshop, but that is... he's closing his eye because he's getting smooched. And he's got a smirk, and he's shy. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is, but that looks good. Snuffling of the blanket. Is that what the other one's doing? Okay, I got it. Next bacon seed is, oh, look at this little cutie. A very young little one, and that's kind of fuzzy. And looks like he's got a little bit of a milk dribble there on the side of his little mouth, but smirking nonetheless. I found a dog's cook. No, you didn't. You just pretended you did. They're not in the fridge where you think they are. Oh, hang on, they are in the fridge. I hope that's still locked. Darn it, milk dud. Yeah, milk drunk. Okay, that's it. Milk drunk. Could be. It is cute though. And here's another one, a cuddly little one, and loves to be snuggled and held. And you know, when they close their eyes like that and snuggle right in, you know that they gotta love what being held, right? So really, really cool. And let's, yep, cuddle bug is right. Next one is this one. Also another little one. Look at the smile on that little piggy's face. That is pretty awesome, as its young master is petting it nicely. They do like that. Here's another one. It's going to sleep. It's getting an ear scratch, and of course, you know, any ear scratches are good for these guys. Going to sleep, just about dozing off. The eyes are starting to roll back. And we've got one more bacon seed for today, and that is this one. And that is snuggled up in a blanket and smiling as well. Gotta love it when these animals are doing their thing. So thank you, Piggy, very kindly for all the snuggly little piglets. And that is awesome. And we do appreciate that wonderful support that you provide for our streams here. And thank you very kindly, Piggy. You've done another splendid job. All right, we will carry on and go to our next volcano. Hey, Brian Rock Rail fan, welcome. I'm glad to have you on board. And let's go take a look at the Merapi, or what we can't see of Merapi. Maybe we won't go look at Merapi. I'm going scrolling back fairly quickly here, and we don't see much of Merapi right now. Let's see, maybe earlier. Oh, there it is. About 8 hours ago, roughly 8 hours and 7 minutes ago, we could see it a little bit. And it is continuing to smoke and off gas up on the top. This is 10 minutes after midnight hour there in, of course, in Java, Indonesia. And that is central Java, where this guy is located. Now, this is one that we really got to watch out for, but it is one of those things which is really kind of cool. Anyway, going back a little bit further, there too we can see a lenticular cloud had formed on top of that volcano. This was at 21:46 their time yesterday. Of course, they are in the future, so yesterday, that's our today, but it's not even 21:46 here now, but that's okay. We don't mind. If it'd be better if they could send us the lottery numbers, but that's what we were seeing there earlier. And if we go back just about all the way, there's 21:10. That cloud was just forming. We don't see anything coming off the other side here. Let's leave this guy be. Put it back on live, let it stay hidden behind the clouds, and we will pop over to this one. And this one, of course, is Mount Ruapehu, and that is in New Zealand, and that is where Grenzed is from, and Amelia and a few of the others. That's so awesome, and nice to see. It is sort of coming out of the clouds, but it is there, and nice to see it a little bit, just a portion of it. Let's back that up just a little, and we should be able to see, well, almost a little more. There we go. This is better. We can see a lot more of it in that shot. Lots of snow still on there. This, of course, at 13:24 was the time on that. So 1:24 p.m. Their time, and wasn't too bad there in our wonderful New Zealand. Let's carry on. Take a look at. We don't have Taupur because Taupur is at the bottom of the lake. But I'm going to refresh this. We can see the chart here, just a real quick peek at it, and it's up and down and up and down, but the levels are fairly low still, nothing major like when it was getting all those quakes, so hopefully it'll stay quiet till well after Christmas or into the new year, and nobody there will have to worry about too much. See, they're in the future again. Wow, that is pretty awesome. I like time traveling. Hey, Kimmy Lambert. Welcome, Kimmy. Glad to have you on board. Anyway, that is the chart for Taupur. Let's see what it looks like there today. And, well, it's not raining right now, but there is the lake that has the volcano in it. And we are seeing what it is. Looks pretty awesome. And clouds. We can't see. Yeah, we can't see Ruapehu in this shot. It's too many clouds back there. So, all good. And let's see what else we had on our agenda. Oh, yeah, this one. We don't have the live feed on from these guys, but Krakatoa did burp again today. And that was pretty awesome. Several little eruptions, and it plumed up. I think it was about 3 kilometers up in the air as far as some of that ash travel, or at least that's what they were telling the aviation people. Stay up or away from it, but that's somewhere around 15,000 feet, and that's kind of what we see there. So. That may come back to life. This, of course, was from 10:33 a.m. this morning, their time. So you can see that up there on the time clock. Looks pretty cool. What was the other picture they had? That one was from today as well at 9:39 a.m. And it popped a little then too. But if you go back and look, I don't know, is that the same event that it was coming out of? Almost, yeah, it must be. So 2 little burps out of it today, and that is interesting to see. And hopefully it will be behave for a while. Let's get to our next volcano, and that's yesterday now. Yeah, way to go, Granzed. Spoil my fun. Send me the lottery ticket numbers, will you, for tonight's draw. Hang on, tomorrow night's draw. Since you're already there, you're in the future, you might as well. I'll split it 50-50 with you. Well, maybe, how about 40-60 for me. Anyway, let's see if I can get on the right volcano here. Where did you go? Volcano. Let's try that one. All right, that is Semeru. Isn't that beautiful? That is a nice shot of Semeru. Or, hang on, those are clouds. Let's make it come out of the clouds. Oh, we see stuff. Then let's go back a little more and see if we can see some more stuff. And there we are. We do see it. There it is. That is the business end up top. And of course, we're not seeing any lava flowing right now. But we do see that the caldera up top is really smoking, doing its thing. And yep, it's very green there, looking pretty nice in that area. And I guess it's their late spring or something like that. If we go to that shot, there you can see the lovely green, and building a cloud over top of itself as well. Let's go back to a little bit more interesting area. That would be around here, where we do see some lava. We do have some bacon flow, so that is pretty awesome, and nice to see that. And of course that was going on for a little while. Let's see if we can get back to when it actually popped. And there was several times actually that it popped. There's one of them, and yeah, that was nice. Good timing there, and definitely worthy of getting onto that time. And that was at 4:03 a.m. You see some of the lava bombs hitting there. That's pretty cool. and very awesome to see that. And I like it. I like it. And let's leave that on there for a second. I gotta have a drink of Pepsi here. There we go. All right, so yeah, a little bit of bacon coming out, a little explosive action, and I think that didn't last long though. When they had zoomed in on it, they basically got it at the right time to see that one. But let's see if there was, I thought there was another one here somewhere. But that was a little further away. So let's take a look at the other one here. And let's see if we can zoom in on it. Now, get a little closer with the time. There it is. And that had too much cloud over top, so we couldn't see too much popping up. But always, you know, nice to be able to see some of that lava coming out of there. Pretty cool, and we do like fresh bacon, and that is what we've seen there. So kind of neat, and yep, we like the action. We like it. It is pretty. And if we go back in time, there were a couple more blasts. I'm just trying to get to one of them here. This one wasn't the greatest because there was a cloud right in front of it. But it did pop, and that's right about here. So we don't get to see the lava flowing down, but we see the stuff popping up and out. And that was pretty awesome as well. And power just flickered on and off. Okay, if it flickered on and off, is it off now or is it still on? That's important. I hope the power stays on for you. And very high wind, or very windy here. Okay, probably the wires smacking together. Off and on. Okay. Anyway, that is what we are seeing there, or what has transpired there in, that would be East Java, of course, and that is at Mount Semeru volcano in Indonesia. Anyway, we like that. Looked pretty awesome. And I don't think we had any other ones before that, or did we? Maybe one. Let's see if we can find it here. There was a little blast. I just want to get to the right spot. And that would, I think, was about here somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. And let's see. Well, this was more like a little flow coming out of there, but you do still see it. It is fresh bacon, and that was, of course, at 23:48 in their time yesterday. Or no, hang on, today. Hang on, I'm confused. That line. Wow, that's technically there yesterday, but there it is. That's what I was waiting for. The lava to come out of there. And we like it. So fresh bacon, and always good, and nice to see. And prior to that, it was fairly quiet. So we'll leave that be, and I think we're good with that for right now. No real updates there. I don't need to worry about that. And that, of course, is what we've got. So all cool. And on that friendly note, it is break time. So we will return. We'll go to Japan after that. For right now, I'm your host on DrFox2000 here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. If you're enjoying the show, please do hit that like button if you haven't done so as of yet. Also, if you're new, sitting on the sidelines and want to join in with all these wonderful people that are chatting in the chat box, you can definitely hop on in. Just hit that subscribe button and take that 1 minute before you can get in, but I'm sure they'll be happy to have you on board. Okay, so on that friendly note, I need to go take that break. I do feel my voice starting to crack a bit here, and my throat is starting to heat up, so I need to do that, just give it a little rest, and we'll see how far we can push it today, but I'm not going to push it too far. So don't go away, keep smiling, and hit those like buttons. Here comes some music. I'm going to switch you back over to canned lava, or not canned lava, live lava from Mount Etna. I'll be back. Don't go away. Thanks. microphone is back on. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and you are watching VolcanoX live stream. And thank you for the welcome backs. Tom, look out for extra pepperoni on your pizza. I had a fluffy on mine. Oh, yeah. I'm sure Pepper will work on that too. And that is awesome. And of course, Pepper went to the bank today. We got to show you that in a second. But thank you, Kevin, for the welcome back. And that was my humming there, Sharon. Thank you for the welcome backs, you guys. That is awesome. And yeah, let's see if we can bring that up for you. Let's see if I even saved it on this machine. I may have, I may not have. Hang on. No, not those. Okay, let me resave it real quick. And if I can find it, there it is. Save that, and we will get that in there, just so I know where it is. And there we go. And oh, where did it save it to? Save. It saved it into the other folder. It's a good thing I double checked that because I would have been looking. And let's try that again. So let's load up this. You got to see this. This is Pepper at the bank, and we'll get that on the screen for you. Pepper's such a good dog. Pepper does her own banking. And where the heck is it? It's supposed to be in here somewhere. Okay, gotta have it here somewhere. Alright, so many of these pictures that I am not seeing it. Where the heck did I save it to? I could swear it was in this folder. Oh boy. Where did it go? I might have to redo that again. Why does that happen? That is oddly. Very, very oddly. Maybe now it'll show up. V special. Let's go back down there and look again. Things that make you go, I just saved the darn thing. Why is it not in here? Let's try putting it into a different folder maybe, and we'll see if that'll save it. We'll do that again. Let's try that. Maybe it didn't like the way I treated it or something. I don't know. We'll put it into the bacon seed folder and try it there. I still want to bring that up for you, so that would be cool. And let's try this and see if it worked this time. Bank. Where's the dog in the bank? Why is it not coming up? Things that make you go, It is really odd. Let's see. Bacon seeds, V special. Let's go try that one again, see if it went down there. And okay, we seem to be having a technical problem with it hiding it somewhere and not saving it. Oh, I found it. Never mind. Here it is. So this is Pepper, of course, at the bank. For those who didn't see Pepper before, she's doing a bone withdrawal from her doggy bank account. And you can see her there proudly standing at the counter waiting for her bones. And that's all cool. I guess the weekend is coming and she's getting ready for it. So very, very cool. Anyway, there you go, you guys. That is Pepper at the bank doing her thing. and very awesome. Welcome back, Ken and Askus country. And I don't believe it was a bank robbery. I think I just got the bones out. So just a bone withdrawal. Anyway, I guess pepperoni is going to be out better than bones. Let's go over to our wonderful Japan and see what our Sakurajima is doing, and we'll have a look there. Of course, we went to this shot first. You can see the ice cream boat is docked. It just came in. The other one just left. You can see it is still heading off in the horizon there. And you can go get your ice cream, head down the road, follow it over, and then hang a left at the lights there and down to the lock or dock. No bones about it. That's right, Kevin. And she got her bones. Anyway, Sakurajima sitting there, continuing to off-gas, and we see it is a little bit of a grayish material that's coming out, so assuming there's some ash in there, but we haven't seen too much action from it during the daytime here. It just kind of puffing away, doing its thing, and I really did check a few times, even going into the wee hours of the morning, 6:40 a.m. We did see a little bit of a little plume there, but really I don't think that's going to amount to a heck of a lot. And if we go back into the nighttime shots, did not see any glow happening there, at least not where I looked. Couldn't see any, and that is, to me, I think it's gone quiet again for a little while. There you can see at 2:39 a.m. just about nothing coming out, or very little that we can't see. 1:44, a little bit of a puff there, and that's pretty much it. So fairly quiet for Sakurajima. So that is back to live, 10:49 a.m. there in Japan on the 16th in the future. So that is pretty awesome. Not only do you your voice sounds a little bit better, Doc, better than what? I've been resting it. I really have, and also with the taking the breaks a little bit longer is helping a little as well. Anyway, a close-up shot of the caldera, or the crater, if you want to call it that. That is what we see there. At certain points in time, it was better than others as far as visibility, and this was in the earlier morning hours, 5:30 in the morning roughly. And again, we didn't see any lava, didn't see any glow of lava from it. If we go back a little bit further even, this is 3:30 in the morning, again, same kind of thing, just smoking, steaming a little bit, and not seeing a heck of a lot of anything. Let's put that back to live. We'll go to our next volcano, and of course this is Suwanosejima, also in Japan. And that one is looking in this shot, looks fairly quiet right now, fairly benign, but there is still some off-gassing going on. If we go back a little ways, we do know that it was a little bit busier. There you can see a fairly good plume of ash and tephra coming out of there, and you can see how dirty the camera lens is. And if we go back even more, you can see another burst from the other vent, and there are two vents in there. I do believe there's actually 3 vents, but 2 are fairly active, and that is what we were seeing. Because of the moonlit night, we were not able to see the glow, but this is at 5:26 a.m. If we go back a little bit further, this should be at 3:05, and you can see that plume going up, but again, no glow, no nothing, and that is pretty cool. Yay, I'm off for an ocean, a swim, a soak, a float, cool down and relax. Gren Zed, enjoy the water. And stay away from the big nasty volcanoes. And there's a better looking plume at 1:56 a.m. Coming out of it, and that is kind of interesting. It did spread out. There's a lot of ash in there. If we kind of watch it, yeah, it really kind of got split out. But this was the start of that little plume. So we know that one is still puffing away too and keeping active. We'll definitely continue to take an eye on it. Keep an eye. Take a minute to keep an eye on it. There we go, something like that. Anyway, there's our other one in Japan, the big one, and that is Mount Fuji. So that is pretty cool and awesome. And let's pop over here, and of course that is Yellowstone National Park. We're not going to see a heck of a lot there tonight. I did look earlier. There was about 20 buffalo in the fields out back here, and that was pretty awesome to see the buffalo in there looking for food, and they were scratching in the snow doing their thing. So very, very cool. And weather, Russell and New Zealand, and there it is, 23 degrees Celsius there for Grenz. That is pretty awesome, and 80% relative humidity, 10 mile per hour winds. Go take your kite along. You can fly your kite there. That should be all right for that. Anyway, this is what we're seeing at Yellowstone right now, and of course that is the land with over 500 different geysers, and very, very cool. If you go there during the daytime, you can watch the wonderful Old Faithful erupting there, so pretty awesome. Let's have a quick peek at Hawaii. And let's see what we've got going on there. And let me get over to the correct screen since they're all mixed up. All right, so there is our lava pond. And of course you can see it looks like it's fairly far down at the level. Really doesn't look like it's changed any. We don't see anything in the toe area. We do see our debris on the end here, and that has broken off and slumped into the lava pond itself. But this is all in the Kilauea caldera, and that is what we were seeing then. Let's take a look at what we've got now. And that is some smoke in the way, so we're not going to see a heck of a lot of that. Hang on. Anyway, this is the longer shot from 12:30 that I had, that we could see a little bit. Anyway, we do see the lava pond there. Primary vent is here, the smoky thing. And of course, we do see around the edges that there is still off-gassing and smoke happening. But I did see something that I thought was kind of neat. And that is looking at the thermal. The thermal is actually warmer, and that is encouraging. And I did actually see in the earlier shots today that there were some glow spots in these places, that you see the lighter patches on the thermal. There was some glow spots. So I don't know if this thing is over or if it's coming back or what we're going to see, but we'll keep our fingers crossed. I'm going to refresh that and look at the difference in the heat now. And of course, this is the current one. So Kilauea may be coming back to life as far as we know it. And it would really, really be nice to see our lava temperatures go back up in there. and we see that we're somewhere around the 250 degree mark or thereabouts as far as this scale is concerned. I'm not sure if this is Celsius or Fahrenheit. I do believe it should be Celsius, but we're seeing it go back up. So very interesting, and we'll see what happens with that one. Next guy, of course, is looking at the caldera for Mauna Loa. And Mauna Loa being a very large volcano up top. They always have these alien probes here checking out the rocks. I guess they're sampling or doing some testing. Anyway, let's refresh that. There it is. Aliens have left, and there we go. That is what the caldera looks like there today. If we go over to this is the shot from their other camera, and that is the one that was giving us the video before, but they're using it just for stills right now. And that is what we were seeing at fissure number 3. And we see that one is really red back there, lots of iron in there. Pretty cool. But you notice there's actually not very much off-gassing happening. So this thing really has, calmed down a whole bunch. We do see more off-gassing actually over here. This is kind of weird from one of the other fissures. So maybe this thing is going to do something yet, but we'll never know. No flow update on that map. We do have an update from yesterday, and that basically says as of 7 a.m. December 14th, webcam only capturing a residual incandescence and no lava movement from vent 3. And what else we got on here? Still 2.8 kilometers or 1.7 miles from the saddle road, so we don't think that's going to change. The important part here for us is, of course, the SO2, or sulfur dioxide levels, have diminished greatly, and we are down to 2,000 tons per day. And that is a relief for everyone around the planet. And we remember the last numbers we had were 20,000 tons, and that was just 2 days ago or 3 days ago. So night, going to sleep. Good night, Hermione. Take care and sleep well. All the best to you. Anyway, this is good news that, this thing is shut down and doing its thing. But 2,000, that's like almost like a normal background off-gassing. Very, very cool. Dr. Fox, at 51 years, I think that I need an update. Pepsi. Oh, you're 51 years old? Okay. Anyway, is it your birthday today, Storm Chaser? I don't know. You didn't let that out of the bag, did you? Anyway, I'll leave that be. It is a time for me to go take that break, and need to save my voice. I do feel it is starting to get a little worse here, so we'll come back with earthquakes when we get back from the break. And on that friendly note, let's pop it back onto some Sicilian lava and enjoy that lava flow from, of course, our wonderful Mount Sicily. And on that note, I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. If you haven't hit that like button yet, please give it a bop. That really helps us out. Also, if you have not yet hit the subscribe button, consider hitting that as well. On that friendly note, I'll be back in about 5 or 6 minutes. Don't go away. Thanks, guys. And the microphone is back on just as our volcano disappears. Those clouds are in the way. Oh boy, that happens. And thank you for the welcome backs from Sue and Sasha and Kevin Haynes and Kananaskis Country. Thank you guys, appreciate that. And let's go to our next important thing. And of course, I didn't have a lot of time to decorate that cake. But we'll get that on the screen there. Storm Chaser, happy birthday. And hope you have many, many more. And I know, no twisters or tornadoes or anything, but that's okay. And thank you, Grandma B, as well. And I hear you, Sharon Sturt. Thanks. Anyway, happy birthday, Storm Chaser. And all the best to you. Hopefully that'll be good. I don't know. I had to decorate that cake in a real hurry, but hope you like it. Hope it tastes good. And you know, I had to throw those petals on there. I thought those were edible too. You're a star. What? Yeah, sure. Doc. Yeah. All right. Better. Thanks. All appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks. Boy, okay, no worries. Happy birthday, Storm Chaser 1211. And glad you made it to that 51 years of age. Hopefully you'll have a few more, and that way you can catch up to the rest of us. No worries on the typos. Too many of them. We understand them. Yep, and that is pretty cool. And yeah, we hope things go well for the rest of your birthdays coming up. So yeah, you like that cake, huh? I had to whip that in and out of the oven real quick, and it should be baked, but I know the dressing or icing on it wasn't as good as I could do, you know. We could have got his name on there and stuff as well, but it just ran out. Anyway, awesome, and glad that you, hopefully you're having a heck of a wonderful day, Storm Chaser, and everyone else treated you well today and bought you all kinds of good presents. And anyway, alrighty, there you go. So you can't say we never give you a cake here. All right, let's carry on with our good stuff, and take care and enjoy the rest of your day there, Storm Chaser. Let's go over and have a look at some earthquakes. And I'm going to do the earthquakes in a little different format here today. We're going to go very, very quickly. And you can probably hear my voice is starting to go. And I don't know if it was because I was singing while I was decorating the cake or not, but that is kind of what we got. Anyway, we'll take a look at Hawaii at first. We're not going to go count earthquakes or anything like that. I just want to point out a few of them. Right beside the Mauna Loa over here, we see an oddball. That is from yesterday at 2048, 1.7, and that is 27.2 kilometers down. So that's interesting to see over there anyway. And then we'll get in here. This is the biggest one. They had a 3.1 there in the Pahala area. I don't see anything bigger off the top here. What is this one? 3.0. The 3.1, of course, was at 7:40 a.m. and that was 33.5 kilometers down, and the 3.0 from 4:10 a.m. 32.8 clicks down. So that is kind of what we've got there. there's another 3.0 right beside it. That was the day before from 1724. And that's actually a kilometer less as far as depth is concerned. But we do see that we continue to have a bunch of quakes there. We only had one in the caldera here over at Kilauea. And that is from 1041, 10.4 kilometers below sea level for that guy. So we're going to leave Hawaii be, and we want to take a look real quick at some of these other ones. We do have this little 4 point, hey Jay, welcome back, and glad to have you on board. Thanks for supporting the stream and renewing your wonderful membership there. That is awesome. Anyway, 4.1 Guatemala, and that was from 2033 yesterday, their time. 35 clicks down, and then we see this one here, El Salvador, and that is a 5.7, a little bit bigger, and that is a little closer to San Miguel volcano. So that may be something that we get to watch pop in the future here, but it is still out in the water, so that doesn't surprise me. That's because the Cocos plate here is pushing in underneath the North American plate in that spot. We do see a couple down here in Chile, and 4.2, and the other one, that's actually from yesterday, this one as well, so we'll leave those be. Did notice down here South Sandwich Islands, 5.2 from today at 2:14. 68 clicks down, and then we see this one down here. Anyway, that is part of our what ridge is that? Fault. Well, anyway, that's the that's part of the Eurasian fault that Australia is actually part of, and then of course we've got the other one here. Hang on, no, that's the Australian plate that's subducting under the Eurasian fault, and that is there. I get my stuff straight here. So, yeah, right there anyway, 5.1, 10 clicks down, yesterday's as well. We do see some bigger ones here in Papua New Guinea, 5.2 from today, 11:44, 114 clicks down, 5.7 right there. 8:44 a.m. From today, 37 kilometers down for that guy, and a couple of smaller ones throughout. This one by Taiwan, a little bit bigger, 5.9. That was yesterday's from 21:03, and we don't see too many big ones along here. 4.5 in Izu Islands, Japan, 4.5 in Honshu, and that is from 1725 their time, and of course 4.8 from 1648, and then 4.6 as well over there. And let's slide over a little bit more. We see this one here in India, 4.4, and that was from 1012, 107 kilometers down. And then we've got this one from 4.3, that is in Afghanistan, 109 kilometers down, and 10:07 is the time on that one. Don't see too much else there. We do have a couple of fresh ones there. Puerto Rico, 3.2. Hopefully they won't get any bigger. They'll stay with those small quakes. Quick peek over at the stuff that we've got there in our Canary Islands. There we go. I had to get that name out. And I'm going to refresh that so we can see. I'm going to zoom out first and a peek up at the top here. We don't see anything on the East Azores Ridge. The one that's flashing right now, of course, on top of the big mountain, 1.1 there. And that is very fresh from 1:42 a.m. UTC in the future. And not anything to worry about. That's on the 16th. I'm still on the 15th here, And looking at La Palma itself, we don't see any new quakes from the 15th or the 16th. Everything is from the 14th. Since we didn't do anything yesterday on there, we do see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them that happened. So, and those are all in that Cumbre Vieja area, except for this a little too far south. But these other ones are. And looking at some of the depths, that one is 1 kilometer down, so that one is likely, that's that bottom one from the 13th, and that was likely compression or something like that from that lava flow. The other ones, well, this one could be as well. Mind you, that's up really high on the hill, so I don't think so. Maybe something collapsing. That one's too deep. Same with this one here. And this other one, that one might be some lava compression as well. The other ones are a little deeper, so they're different kind of business. Good night, Kevin Haynes. You take care, and all the best to you. Quick peek, we do still have a volcano map. It does work. We didn't, of course, look at this yesterday, so all good. But let's have a quick peek and just see. And still Iceland and Azores, still normal there. Let's see, did they downgrade? No, Mauna Loa is still showing as a red. They haven't downgraded that yet. We don't see anything changed here in New Zealand or Tonga, Tofua, Tonga. There we go. And Home Reef, of course, still there. And let's see, what did they add here? Agoon is a new one on our list today. So that has been shown up, and that is on the island of Bali. Agung. I don't know if I pronounced it right, but that is new to us, and that's smoking. So we'll see what we can figure out for that guy. Of course, there's Semeru, Merapi, and of course Krakatau, or Krakatoa, however you want to say it, and the Luolatak there. Ibu and Dakono still there, and Mayon and Bulusan are still there as well, and Kalian still there. Taal, of course, still orange, and of course we've got Ahai there in the Mariana Islands, still doing its thing, and Suwanoshijima and Sakurajima still working away. Oh, why did that move? That whole thing moved. What happened here? No, something moved. How come that went? Let's push that back. There we go. That's better. Pardon me. And we'll zoom it back out a little bit more. And no changes up here in the Kamchatka area or the Aleutian Islands, so that is all good. And sliding over a little bit more, nothing new. Piton is still there. Piton, Del Formes and Reunion Island, and our African stuff are pretty much still the same. And of course Mount Etna, Volcano, and Stromboli. And of course Campi is there. Speaking of Stromboli, let's see if their cameras were working, because I did think that we may have had Stromboli working, and at least they were up for a little while. Yeah, Stromboli is working. Let's have a quick peek there and see what it's doing. Stromboli is being quiet. We do see it. It is right there, and a little bit of a plume, but nothing too serious from Stromboli right now, so all good. And let's see, I think that's about it for our volcanoes today. And let's take a look at the weather map shortly. And let's hang on, where am I going? I need to get back on my software. And the weather map, whether or not we like it. And actually, I'm looking at what the time is here on the clock. Nobody's chatting, so I'm kind of wondering if we even need to go over the weather map because people are disappearing. Hey, don't let everybody disappear. Chat, say something, say hi. Chat, chat, chat. Thank you. That is break time. And now I can see the clock, and I'm going to do that. All right, let me put you back onto the lava flow here, and hopefully that'll stay showing. I see the clouds in there, which aren't going to do us any good. In the event that craters, we'll see if we can maybe back that up a little bit. Actually, let's see if we can do that anyway. For right now, I know the clock will be off, but let's do that. You need something to look at here, you guys. Otherwise, it gets really boring really quickly. And let's put it on about here, and that will be. So a couple hours ago, I know it's a rerun, but at least you can see it, and that is pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to go take that break. For those good people who haven't yet hit that like button, help us out. We are trying to get over that 100 mark. Please give it a quick bop, and that would be really, really cool. Hey, Robert and Shandell, I'm glad to have you on board. And anyway, that is Mount Etna from a couple of hours ago. And we'll leave that on while I go take that quick break, you guys. And we get hypnotized. Yeah, hypnosis. Music's on. Break time for my voice. It's going. I'll be back. Don't go away. go. The microphone is back on. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And of course, you're watching VolcanoX, a live stream. And I hear you, Sharon. Says Sharon. I hear you. Okay. Thank you for the welcome back there, Sue, and I hear you from Sharon Stewart. Oh, I do more than that, but my voice just isn't going to do that. And back and welcome back, Doc. Thanks, Colin, and glad that you're back. Anyway, I wanted to go see what it looks like right now. Actually, the clouds did clear a little bit. That is back to live there at Etna. So that is clouds coming in a little bit and bugging us as far as the display, but it is what it is. Anyway, we're going to do the weather fairly quickly, whether or not we like it. And let's... I know, punny. Look at this. What is this? Snow from Friday and into a Saturday. We get a little break. And then all the way into Sunday. Snow. Let's refresh that. Maybe that'll go away. And there we go. Nope, didn't go away. I was hoping. So I think tomorrow and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are going to be snow days here. Anyway, not going to spend a lot of time on our SO2 map. We see the primary source of SO2 right now is coming from Japan, or China, I should say, not Japan. It's blowing over Japan, though, and a little bit coming from... of course, Sakurajima is being bad, but we don't have that much coming off of Hawaii anymore, which is really good, and that is helping everything in North America starting to get those levels back down. We see even out here in the Atlantic Ocean, things are starting to clear up. We've got clear spots, which is really cool. Just that. Old plume here, that still needs to dissipate. Of course, Mexico and Popocatépetl still doing their thing. The rest is going out into the Pacific. Not seeing too much on the lower end. Pretty quiet there in New Zealand and Australia. And our usual culprits here in Vanuatu. And of course, there in the Indonesian island of Java, being, of course, we'll likely see more coming out of Krakatau, and of course we see this one from Merapi, and this is from Semeru. Ibu and Dakono still working away there, so that is kind of it. Pretty heavy in India right now. Not so bad in South Africa or Central Africa. Pretty normal in our, I guess we call it Middle East, if you want to call it, Saudi Arabia area. And Etna still doing its thing. So not much big SO2 coming out of it anywhere other than China and those normal pollution places. Iceland is starting to see a little less of that pluming as well, same as Greenland, so really cool. And getting into our weather, we gotta redo that one here. We're going to modify that as well really quickly here as far as what we can do. Looks bitterly cold up in the northern portions of Alaska, the Yukon Northwest Territories, and of course into Nunavut. We see that dipping down into Saskatchewan and the top corner of Alberta as well, and that is pretty chilly, but we do have that warmer air blowing in here, which is really nice, bringing us a little bit milder temperatures. Looking down east, it does warm up a little bit in Ontario, but we've got that low on that storm front coming through. And that is the big storm that everybody there has been getting. I was watching the stream earlier for the one that is in, where the heck was it? Deadwood, there in South Dakota. And they were getting just tons of snow, 3 or 4 feet, so lots of stuff. And that is heading, of course, eastward, and we see that low there circulating, doing its thing, and that will probably mesh up with some of the stuff that is around the Great Lakes that normally shows up. Looking at Toronto, they made it to a 1 today. Montreal 3 or 2. Quebec still a little on the cold side, and Cole Harbour 1 degree Celsius there. And in Nova Scotia, that's not bad, and I do see that low here. That is trying to draw down that cold air, whereas this low is pulling up the warm air. So places like Grandma B's house should be getting a little bit warmer. Right now it says 3 Celsius, but I'm sure it'll pick up a little bit if that storm moves up a little bit more. So all good there. And yep, Florida would be the warm spot in the U.S. today at about 24 degrees. Looking at what we're seeing there in Mexico, cold. And Cancun only making it to 25. We don't see any heat till we get really down into the southern Americas here. Looks like Paraguay about 30 degrees Celsius for what we're seeing. But normal temperatures for Brazil and most of Argentina and places like that. Not anything too cold for them. Sliding over real quick, having a look at New Zealand. And we'll take a look here. Christchurch coming in at 23 today. Wellington 21, and Auckland up top here at about 24. So really not that bad, and they're not doing too bad right now. Tasmania still looking pretty cool. Only 12 in Hobart. And Leo's Place about 18 degrees Celsius, not so bad. 1920 roughly there in Sydney, and Adelaide coming in, and what is it, 19 degrees there. We do see some warmer temps. Perth looks pretty warm at 26, and that high, it's got a cold spot right in the middle of it. That's weird. And Oz's house, Oz coming in at about 26, 27, and then we see the heat, 39 up there. Wow, that is pretty awesome to see Northern Australia cooking. 40 degrees, that is probably the hottest that we're going to see on the map tonight. Oh, 41 I seen in there. So, yep, pretty good. I was going to say pretty cool, but that's actually pretty warm. And Leah was doing good at work. That's good. Bangkok coming in at about 27, 28 degrees according to the map for our Indonesian, Malaysian area. And Manila coming in at about 30, 31. Oh, it says 26. The map says 27. And that's pretty close anyway. Thanks, Sue. Appreciate that. Japan still about the same as yesterday temperature wise, and not looking so good. Looks like China's got some real bitter cold there for those guys happening up there, and then China and Russia, of course. Kamchatka Peninsula actually a little bit warmer than it was yesterday. And looking at India, we don't see too much of a change there. Delhi still 9 or 10, very cold. 07A is a new storm there, and we see 98S over here. So Indian Ocean got some activity going on. Let's see, Cape Town down on the bottom here, hitting 20, 21. Not that bad for Africa down there. And looking at the rest of it, looks like it is warming up in Africa. We are up to 14 in Cairo today, yesterday or day before, yeah, 13 and 13. So they are starting to warm up. Even the UAE, now about the same as yesterday, day before. So they are still fairly cool, and I see here in Yemen still quite cold as well. Piggy's house, and thank you, Sue, for bringing that up. Of course, Piggy is there. She's got about 17 degrees Celsius. The map says 19, so or 18. Close, and that is all right. And then, of course, Mount Etna, or where our wonderful Yvonne is staying. If you type in WRAZ, exclamation WRAZ, and that'll bring up that location, and hopefully somebody will type that, or I can. We'll see. Let me, oh, there, no, close. WRAZ, like that. Not wars. Or, we got it. We got it. That's okay. 15 there in Sicily. So that's all good. Thanks, guys. And yeah, I know it's weird. Italy warmed up a whole bunch for the most part. Milano's still about 2, though. Rome being about 14, and that is better than what they had, 17 in Naples. And still looking pretty chilly there in Spain. We see that low off the coast there, not good. Northern portions of France still below freezing for the most part. We do see here in Munich -2. And I keep on telling Yvonne Kunkel that she's going to come home to 2 meters of snow when she comes back from Sicily. She thinks I'm joking. It is 9 degrees Celsius, and she lives pretty close here. So, -7 there in Berlin, and we're seeing a -4 in Hamburg. And let's see, a -1 in London, down here in Perth, just +1, but we do see some very cold temps. Leeds coming in about -3 right now. Glasgow at -4, Dublin at -2, and Irish Monkland over here where he lives, Doolin about -2 or -3. And bitterly cold, Oslo getting down to about -14, Stockholm being -12. Not good for those guys. -8 over in St. Petersburg. We do see the colder temps in those locations. Iceland is bitterly cold as well, and so now living up to its name. And of course about -7, -8 there in Reykjavik, and that is exclamation WR to bring up Reykjavik. So that'll be okay there. Anyway, let's pop over to precipitation real quick, and we'll take a look and see where that snow is coming. And yeah, that's likely what we're going to see. Thank you, Sue. And there it is. It's -7 in Reykjavik, Iceland. And very windy, 16 miles per hour, 26 kilometers per hour. That's not good. So yeah, we're going to expect that to come down this way and nail us in the over the course of the weekend. And here's that storm system. And what I was saying, you guys are going to get snow down there. Ontario is definitely getting some, and of course down in the bottom here, what we call the banana belt of Ontario. And of course those poor guys in Buffalo are going to get nailed again. And looks like places like New Hampshire and where's Philadelphia is getting rained upon right now. New York is getting lots of rain. This stuff off the coast here, hope it keeps going northward and misses the rest of it. We do see some small storms down here in Florida as well. At least those aren't big hurricanes. Rain in the rainforests of Brazil, and that's not unusual. Down on the bottom here of Chile, we do see it doing its thing there. And here is New Zealand, South Island, getting all kinds of different storms. And of course, Granzed, who lives up here, is not seeing any of that precipitation, and the rest of New Zealand. Sliding over, looking at Tasmania, a little bit there of rain, but at least it's not snow. Nothing there in Melbourne. Looks like Sydney is clear right now. Maybe some rain showers there in Brisbane, and some rain in the outback, and that is probably welcome for those guys with all that heat they've been getting. And things will grow. Nothing in Perth right now. And we see our Malaysian, Indonesian, and that area in Malaysia, Philippines, all getting wet, and that is pretty normal. Just looking at what we see here, you see this line. Of course, that's what I refer to as our equatorial storm. And if you look at the bottom of this kind of looks like a triangle in here. Okay, and that is your La Nina, and La Nina is working strongly, pushing all that moisture over to this area, so they're going to be getting lots of storms. Anyway, there we go for South Africa, lots of precipitation there. And zooming into Europe a little bit, we do see here for right now, it looks like Portugal is getting nailed. Some of that will probably move into Spain. We see some on the coast as well. And right here in Italy, they are getting nailed as well. Through the Alps, Munich, those areas, lots of snow. Budapest, Hungary, getting a mix of rain and snow as well, all the way up into Poland and back into Russia. So that's kind of what we got there. We don't see too much rain, only up here in the Scottish areas up in the top. Looks like Ireland and the rest of the world has got cold fog there in ice fog probably there in those places. And of course here too in Denmark. So ice fog in Ireland, England, Denmark, and some here in Sweden and Norway, and of course the Norwegian coastline. Not a place where I want to be. And of course up in the top end of Finland and getting into Russia, they've got a lot happening there too. We see that low sitting here, don't know what's going to happen with it. And looks like selected areas there of Iceland are getting some snow. And my voice is pretty much done. So quick pop over though. We're going to find the cold places and the warm places. We can do that real quick. Just a real fast look here. Minus 37. That is not very cold, considering that's Antarctica. Yep, Antarctica's melting. Look at that, minus 31. Holy tropical. And 37. Do we hear 38? Let's see, is there a 38 in here somewhere? I seen it. There it is, a minus 38. Do we have a 39? Maybe I'm pushing my luck. Minus 38. No minus 39. All right, minus 38 in Antarctica. Let's go to Siberia and see where our cold spots are. Siberia, minus 51, 52, already down there. That is pretty cold. And let's slide up here a little bit. Minus 50. Yep, Cold, cold, cold. And what about on this side? We gotta have something colder. Minus 52 is what I seen there. And maybe on this river, minus 53. And let's see if we can get any colder than that. Minus 52. No. Minus 53 so far is the cold one that I found. So minus 50. No, I'm I think we're going to have to live with minus 53 degrees Celsius. What is this? No. No, back to that river. What about over here? And that looks pretty frosty. No, they're almost tropical. That place is always really, really cold, and no matter what we do. Anyway, let's go up here a little bit. The closer to the coast, the warmer it gets. And what about along here? No. Okay, so I think I'm going to have to live with minus 53 degrees, and that is for Russia, and of course that is cold enough. And up in northern Canada, actually, we're pretty darn warm. If I cheat a little, we can go over to Greenland and cheat. And we see Greenland is a minus 40 something. Oh, 42. Let's take a look in here. There's a 43. And yep, I think a minus 43 unless we spend another half an hour looking. But yep, a minus 43 is about the coldest I can see there. So yep, minus 43. So did I win? No. Antarctica, we tied at minus 38. Ooh, I only had minus 53 in Siberia. You got minus 55, Sue. And minus 4. I'm 1 degree off for Greenland. So, yep, you are the winner, Sue. You get to go feed the animals. And just remember, make sure that you really, really dress warm. Now, I don't know what kind of animals they actually have in Greenland. I know they would have polar bears, so make sure you wear a polar bear proof suit. And the ice goddess wins Siberia. The ice goddess also wins in Greenland. But, you know, for Canada, I'm surprised that we're not any colder right now. I'm thankful for that, but I'm surprised that we don't have colder temps in here. Usually we do, and that is actually kind of amazing. So, not too bad. Anyway, Greenland can keep the cold. That's it. So, okay, thanks, Doc. Penguins, polar bears, mammoths, and the reindeer. Feeding time in the cold places. There you go. She wins. She gets the animal feeding duty. Polar bears for Greenland. I think they've got foxes, Arctic foxes there as well. What about, do you have to feed the narwhals? I don't know if you have to feed narwhals. And what do narwhals eat? No. Anyway, that's the unicorn of the sea. It's the one big long spike on the front there of the narwhal. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that, you guys. It is my voice. It's done. So let's put you back over to our Mount Etna. We'll see if there's anything happening there yet. Yep, actually we can't see it, so that is all right. That is current time. That is live. So it is a little on the fuzzy side because we got clouds going by, so we can't obviously see it, but as well as we should. Anyway, I'm going to say that's it for today, you guys. And a big thank you to, first off, our moderators, Arizona Snowman, Piggy, a C&D boy, Gary at 24/7 Live, he's at Skies, and the others if they were hiding in the background as well. Also, a big thank you to our wonderful super chatters and gift givers, and I'll rattle off the names here. So Lizoid, and then Piggy, and then Sharon Stewart, and Tom Dice, and Kevin Haynes. Thank you guys, and thank you for that wonderful support. Also, thank you everyone for the support by hitting that like button. Really appreciate it. And on that friendly note, it is a time for me to get off of here and save the rest of what I've got left of a voice. So good night, everyone. Take care. Be good. And please, most of all, please make sure you tell your loved ones that you love them tonight, for tomorrow is never promised. I'm your host, DrFox2000. We'll see everyone tomorrow. Take care, good night, and oink oink.